Like I was saying before my son started making all that noise in the background, okay? Y'all know how um, they use, like to use church people, spiritual people, to do the devil's dirty work, if that makes sense. For example, Kirk Franklin, because he's a false prophet, okay? And y'all see what they did to him, publicly humiliated him, and things of that nature, and you still see what's going on. He's a false prophet, okay? Um, let's get back into it because I'm getting off track because I got a lot on my mind. I feel like Angie Stone played a role in D'Angelo's death. She said some things before she passed on. I mean, before he passed, not, she just always mentioned him a lot. Another thing I don't like about what she said was how he was the one who wanted her. He was the one who came after her. He was the one who pursued her. Okay, is what she wanted everybody to know. But this is her words, and you have to pay attention to what people say. This is what she said about D'Angelo. He was just a 19-year-old kid with big shorts, and nobody cared, and no one saw his beauty but me. You are beautiful. I promise you. When your record drops, your lips are going to be famous. Are going to be famous. Your eyes will become famous. Okay, if that's not giving handler vibes, or like I'm gonna make you a star type shit, like somebody trying to handle you type shit, like a little ass kid, like it won't be the Most High God who get you famous. It's gonna be me when I get hold to this album. I don't know why Clive Davis just came up while I was talking, but when I tell you I got a lot on my mind, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I feel like D'Angelo wanted to get away from Angie. He wanted to get away from music. And he also wanted to get out of the industry. He didn't want to be a sex symbol or slave. It was to the point where he would go in public, go to public places, for example, a store, and he couldn't go anywhere without people trying to uh, come after him, type shit. Okay, people start to be obsessed. Okay, or he just couldn't breathe because they looked at him as a sex symbol or a sex object. He was a sex slave for the industry, if you ask me. Okay, and that's not something that he wanted to come to terms with. Okay, it's the energy I'm picking up on. Another thing I wanted to speak on is the fact that, let me get my notes. When D'Angelo died, it was something significant about the numbers 3. That was his 30th anniversary for Brown Sugar, the album. Okay, I told you I feel like Angie Stone, she was his handler. I do feel like she groomed him. They had a big age gap difference, okay? 19 years old, D'Angelo, and she was 30. All right. I feel like the thing he endured and experienced a lot of things that he didn't want no parts in, or some things that didn't sit right in his spirit. Okay, and he knew something was going on. Angie knew something was going on or was going to happen way before his death had even came. Um, I also feel like there was some type of witchcraft and voodoo being done when they do these songs in the studio. For example, I'm going to read some lyrics real quick. Okay. When they be making this music in certain specific locations, okay, they have to perform some type of ritual, whether that's burning things around the studio, saying chants, doing a lot of hollering and screaming. Um, his music consists, one album consisted of sex and spiritual things. It's a lot of witchcraft, a lot of dark fucking magic when it comes to putting these tracks out in the studio. You're surrounded by a lot of dark energy. People who've already sold their souls, and you're sitting in the studio in this very same place where these people performed all types of fucking rituals. But I'm going to read this song. Sing, I ain't gonna sing it, I'm gonna just read the lyrics. Fuck the slice, we want the pie. Why ask why till we fry? Watch, watch all stand in line. Watch us all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie. Drugs and thugs, women, wine, their drugs and thugs, women, wine, three or four at a time. Watch them all stand in line for a slice of the devil's pie. Who am I to justify all the evil in her eye? When I myself feel the high from all that I despise, behind the jail or in the grave, I have to lay in this bed I made. If I shall die before I wake, I hope the Lord, I hope the Lord I don't hesitate to get to heaven. Done been through hell, tell my peeps all is well. All them fools whose souls for sale, sitting next to Jezebel. Y'all seen Jezebel came out. I told y'all he went through a lot of shit. It's in the song, it's in the lyrics. Demons screaming in my ear. All my anger, all my fear. Those are some lyrics that he put in his song, okay? That he wrote. Do you hear me? Okay. Another thing I would like to mention is the fact that the devil's pass on. That's what I just got through telling y'all about. It's October. I told y'all it's going to be a lot of sacrifices before, on, and after October. People die in threes, right? There's a lot of deaths. Okay, so I'm going to break something down. Angie, this is what they say. D'Angelo and Angie passed 33 weeks apart. Some say it was 32 weeks and 4 days apart. Either way it go, you see the 33 or the 3, right? 3 6 by murder. Okay. 3 plus 2 is 4. That's 9. You flip that 9 and you get a 6. 3 plus 2 equals 5 plus 4 if you break it down so y'all can understand and overstand. And then 5 plus 4 equals 9. Like I said, you flip that 6. Aquarius energy came out. All right. I don't know if y'all know, but his birthday was February the 11th, 1974. Okay. Aquarius is the 11th sign. Angie was 11 years older. Okay. Um, he was also, if I'm not mistaken, uh, then you have, let's see, then you got Angie was 63. 6 plus 3 equals 9. You flip that 9 and it's a 6. D'Angelo was 51. 5 plus 1 equals 6. Okay. Angie Stone died in 18 wheeler. 1 plus 8 equals 9. You flip to 6. Okay. Then y'all see how they say he died from cancer, right? Why didn't we hear anything that, before his death, that he had cancer? Why we just now hearing about that? That shit is ridiculous. Y'all remember Angie Stone was saying that strange needles were, she had dirty needles injected into her. She was getting really sick and things of that nature. You know, like her organs and shit was failing or whatever the case may be. She had some type of illness that she couldn't get rid of. Okay, this is what I'm picking up on. And I feel like D'Angelo knew the industry was wicked, which explains why he wanted out and he wanted to get away from her. He didn't want to do his music anymore after, I think, Voodoo. I want to say it says share, save, and help someone else. High blood pressure, period. We have car, acres, and land. Spirit, please come through. What is the energy of D'Angelo? Feel like we got cat, black cat. He had some type of vision download, something that happened, something that occurred, something that was sent to him. The Lord showed him something was going to happen. We got 333. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6 by murder. Okay, we have goals. All right, Spirit. We got comfort, double life. Could have been some cheating. Ain't no telling what type of relationship or what could have happened, past, present, or future energy. Spirit, what is the energy? We got blood contract. Angel numbers. He was getting visions and downloads. Receiving karma and Satan. Okay. I feel like once he signed some type of contract, that's when maybe he was shown something. Okay. Hold on, Spirit. Let's see what else we get. Courthouse numbers 23, Spirit. What is the energy of D'Angelo? All right. We got ignore. Okay. Cut off. Okay. We also have enemy and evil. So somebody who he cut off, which would be this Queen of Cups in reverse, who was always in her feelings and emotions and things of that nature. I feel like whoever she was, which I believe strongly was Angie. We got Aquarius and Libra in reverse. We also have narc caught in the act, fraud, mentally ill in pieces. So I feel like something was done, something was given to somebody, something was set up, planned, and orchestrated to make it look like something was an accident. I'm referring to Angie's death, and then the fact that they're saying this man has cancer out of nowhere don't sit right with me. We got body dismembered, and I apologize. Her apologizing in the spiritual realm for what she has done, because she know what the fuck she has done. But let me tell y'all some. I did some research, right? And there was what's his name? Let me find his name. Uh, he had dreams about. So I think when he was 10, he had dreams about a specific artist, Marvin Gaye. I got my notes, y'all. So uh, when he signed the Devil's Contract, okay, he was having dreams or visions about Marvin Gaye, right, and his death. And I feel like those dreams was already letting him know, showing him, forewarning him that, hey, the devil trying to get your soul, trying to get you out of your off your spiritual. You feel what I'm saying? Your spiritual stuff. Okay. So the devil came to him as a child, and if I'm not mistaken, he's 10 years old or 11 years old, right? As a child, to come through him through his dreams, so he can sign this blood contract Maybe I heard the dreams wouldn't stop. D'Angelo was having dreams, visions, and downloads. These dreams about Marvin Gaye wouldn't stop until he took the oath or until he signed a contract. It's the energy that I'm picking up on when it comes to D'Angelo's energy. That's what I had found when I did some research. Okay. And I feel like after he signed that blood contract, and it's what this said when I did a little bit of research, that his dreams stopped. That's because there was root work and voodoo being done on that voodoo album that he made in that demonic ass studio. Another thing I want to bring up is something that I researched as well. Halloween is right here. We have Red Bull Music Academy voodoo album. Okay, listen to what I'm finna tell y'all. Group of musicians who calls themselves the Soulquarians. The name was a reference to the Aquarius birth sign of all four founders: D'Angelo, the Roots, Root Work, drummer; Questlove, the producer, multi-instrumentalist, and songwriter James Poyser; and the rapper producer Jay Dilla. From 1996, flip them to 9666. The group consists of Common, Erica Badu, Witchcraft, Rootwork, A Tribe Called Quest, Q-Tip, and Jazz Trumpeter, Rory Hargrove, and Electric Lady Studios. This studio, D'Angelo chose specifically because he felt the studio was blessed because all those artists was inside of that studio. He said, "Yo, man, it has the blessings of the spirits. We have to go there. It's only right." He wanted to produce that voodoo album there, okay? Because all that dark energy was in there, okay? And they had to put they little spin, they little shit, their little sauce on the record, okay? And absorb that dark demonic fucking energy, okay? We got blood contract and Satan. Do you hear me? So he specifically chose this place because he knew all the great people made their music here. It's the energy that I'm picking up on at the present time. So, um, another thing I had to mention, October 14th is Usher's birthday. Whitney Houston, she died on Brandy's birthday. This is why Ray J comes up every time, even when I ain't looking for this guy. Pimp C died on Jay-Z's birthday. And Beyonce all of a sudden want to get a divorce from Jay-Z because of P. Diddy or all the demonic shit. No, ma'am. You was quiet when he was on Demon Time. Now he ain't doing shit. You trying to save your ass. Sit your ass down. Because he got all his blood on his fucking hands. But I just had to put that out there. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Oh, let's talk about Angie Stone and Freemasonry. Okay, and that pose. Okay, where she did the Cyrus rising pose with her hands like this. Okay, these are rituals, all right, that they do in these secret societies. Okay, it's the energy that I'm picking up on. Um, so I want to talk about Freemasonry, Angie Stone, and the pentagram. And I keep seeing it on my cards. Okay, the pentagram. All right, let's speak on something. Let me just try to educate y'all a little bit. I did a little research, and it's the Osiris rising pose that Angie Stone did like this. I think it's like this or folded, one of the two. But she had her hands across her chest. It says that this means this is the renewal of life, both in the next world and through one's descendants on earth. Spirit, the rending and closing of the veil. So I looked up what that could possibly mean. It says a shift that happens when the spirited boundary between physical and unseen worlds return to its normal state. Spiritual contacts, the veil, barrier that separate our everyday physical world from the spiritual realm of higher consciousness, spirits and the divine. The veil was lifted. He wanted out. They wanted D'Angelo spiritually blind and out of the church in between darkness and light. And they did just that, is what I'm picking up on, okay? This also means, like I said, this is witchcraft. This is fucking voodoo being done, okay? And things of that nature. Um, Another thing I had to mention was, uh, I already mentioned why cancer wasn't mentioned before his death. Okay. Another thing I wanted to touch bases on was the fact that um, it was something I was missing, y'all, that I had to bring up. So this deals with life and death. So basically, a sacrifice being made is the energy that I'm picking up on. Straight, short, and simple. I mean, there's no simpler way I can put it. I had to mention how they do people dying in threes, okay, in the industry, right? Uh, D'Angelo, okay, Diane Keaton, all right, and guitarist Kiss have all died. I also feel like they want to act like they fuck around with these church folks, these spiritual folks, these people who got a strong connection with the Most High. Um, he was a pianist. He played the piano and things of that nature. I feel like the devil was after him and always riding his back. They tried to pretty much take him from the Most High, the Creator. You feel what I'm saying? And lure him into the industry. This is why he was having dreams about Marvin Gaye at only 10, 11 years old. Okay, and he also had to go get help for these dreams. Okay, they wouldn't stop unless he had signed a contract. It's the energy that I'm picking up on. Okay, Spirit, I just had to put that out there. Spirit, what is the energy of D'Angelo? We got confessions, blood, teeth, feet, and red. Something was done to D'Angelo. Something could have been given to D'Angelo that could have ran his blood pressure up. Something could have been injected into him, just like it was Angie Stone. We have Starseed. We also have bank fraud. Okay, criminal left in the cold. Okay, so Spirit is showing me he was left in the cold. Motherfuckers didn't have no empathy about what's happening or what's going on. Uh, this is good versus evil, darkness versus light. Okay, they had some, they didn't have no beef, but they had a little tension, little disagreement. We also have setup. He was set up. Abundance. Okay, so he was set up. We also have Eastern Star. Okay, Spirit, second guessing a bond. He didn't want to be with her anymore. Is the energy. Them having a child together. New Edition, witchcraft, verbal abuse. Okay, she was emotionally manipulative, immature, verbally abusive, and things of that nature. Their son, wonder if he played a hand. We got the goat, as I say. I wonder if their son played a hand. We got the goat and blood. Something was done on purpose. We have attempted murder. He was given something was done purposely to take him out. Look what we got. Cloud 9. Somebody smoke hella dope. Could be their son. I don't fucking know. We got they don't want you around. Okay. It's the energy I'm picking up on. We also have soul tie. Spirit, what's the energy of D'Angelo? Standing ground. Passionate. He was very passionate. Okay. He wasn't weak at all. He had to build the nerve up to stand his ground or stand up for himself. Maybe he wasn't very confrontational, but for some reason, she still was trying to manipulate this man. Even him, after him trying to get away from her, she wouldn't let him leave or had some type of soul tie. Okay, attempted murder. Some type of fucking soul tag. Cloud 9 on purpose to go. Blood. Manipulation, trickery, wasted talent, and deception. So since something didn't work out for her, or whatever the case may be, she decided to, you hear me? He had to go. Okay? And let me tell you something. People die in threes. Okay? So I'm getting the energy of them two gone, right? Because the sun had played a part. Okay? Curiosity killed the cat. Could the sun have played a part? We also have isolation and routine. We got the lovers. Oh, in reverse. It's harmony, trust issues, the empress in reverse. The sun played a part. I'm also getting energy could have played a part. We got the goat and blood. Okay, do you hear me? The empress. Moving on, seizing opportunities, letting things go. We have dreams. Okay, do you hear me? He was getting visions and he was getting a whole bunch of clarity, downloads, visions, dreams about death. He knew something was coming. Okay, patience. Okay, somebody patiently waiting behind the scenes. Okay, do you hear me? We got the lovers and we got the empress. Okay, she was very overbearing and things of that nature. She could have played the father against the son, made it as if he didn't want to be present. Oh, that role where he left us and he didn't love us. So now she got him right where she want him to be. We got the moon secrets, self-deception. Okay. We got this King of Swords in reverse. We also have this Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Maybe he had to be moved out the way to set the sun up. Them committing to this secret society. We also have love, justice, and the numbers 11. Something is significant about the numbers 11. His birthday was on the 11th. Okay, I told you I think he was an Aquarius. His birthday was the 11th. Okay, it's the energy I'm picking up on. Three people working together, the people in power, the mother and the son is the energy that I'm picking up on. Spirit is showing me something done for money, selfish gain. Four of Pentacles, that pentagram I told y'all about is the energy I'm picking up on. Osiris, risen pose, rebirth and death. Wow, Page of Cups in reverse. Somebody was offered or a deal or some type of contract. Or two people was offered some type of contract to work together and somebody refused and they said, no, let me move them out the way. I can work by myself type shit is the energy I'm picking up on. Childhood issues, okay? So he wasn't that close. I'm getting the energy of his son. Him and his son was not that close to each other. It's the energy I'm picking up on. We got broken dreams and bad news. We got a tower moment. Something was playing and orchestrated. We got poverty, Five of Pentacles. So I'm guessing the son wouldn't be left in poverty or in the cold. We got Aquarius energy, trouble coming. He knew out of frying pan into fire, lack of progress. Didn't I mention something about fire at the beginning? He knew something that this was going to come to an end. Okay, it's the energy I'm picking up on. He would have loved for them to work out if things were right. But that was a dream that he was living. It was a maybe. He knew something wasn't gonna work out. Okay, so they had to, wow, look y'all, death, sacrifice themselves, or they were sacrificed. Look, death, and she was his handler. Family in reverse. These celebrities be knowing when something is finna happen, when they finna go, and things of that nature, bro. The number's 13, 16. Pain, friendship, Three of Cups, success, achievement, hermit, Okay, Spirit, please come through. A sacrifice has to be. Didn't I tell you about the Osiris risen? And you have to put your hands across your chest because it's a ritual. It's a sacrifice. Sacrifices have to be made. Okay, do you hear me? It was a very stressful, painful decision. We have strength in reverse, the sun in reverse. A child is grieving, their son is grieving, but he's going to be straight when it comes to money and finances and his career and things of that nature. He played a part too, manipulation, trickery, and deception. Ace of Cups, grieving, okay, sadness and pain, okay. I feel like they both were sad and heartbroken. We got Queen of Swords, overly critical, okay, lack of empathy, rude and malicious. That's the energy of Angie Stone. It's the energy I'm channeling. Something was done so their son can have a decent life. It's the energy I'm picking up on. There's some deception when it comes to his death. Spirit, please come through. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay, great fortune and big luck, boundaries. Okay, stop crying, meditation, snake, love. Okay, spirit, friendship in reverse, imprisonment. What else is it that we need to know about? The Angelo, spiritual bath. Okay, this too shall pass, move in silence. Spirit, please come through. What is the energy of the Angelo? It says opportunists only hit you up when they want or need something. Okay, Spirit, what is the energy of the Angelo? Let these babies let me get to this reading. Imprisonment went off. Imprisonment on edge. Brand deal. So I'm guessing they son sad news. I'm guessing the son finna come up. And we got suffered a horrific childhood. And if he didn't suffer or he didn't grow up in the industry horrifically, then his son grew up and possibly saying some stuff, or he is going to see the things that his father and Angie endured. Collaborations. Okay, so the son, we got ABC, a child is involved. So a son is about to come up. Wallet networks basically take over their legacy. Just pop out, show a motherfucker. Not everyone is happy about your wins. Okay, separate rations and room. I am a Gemini. Okay, spirit, please come through. Young, prefer them underage. And I tell y'all he was groomed. D'Angelo, older lady, look, good lady, mature woman. The number 6636 by murder. Okay, detach emotionally. You need to heal and therapy. Okay, he was used for fame and fortune. He was a sex symbol. He had to go to therapy because of the demonic dreams he was having about death, because death was coming toward him. As a child, they already knew what they were going to do. We got break generational curses, angry, vindictive, and have no idea how to process